What's up guys, it's random footage from Ron, and today is a big day. It's coilover day. So we're gonna start getting the car kind of pre-prepped, and then we'll get back with you guys, starting to give you the steps on how to install these bad boys. All right, let's go. All right guys, well first things first, let's get the tools together. Obviously you're gonna need a jack and jack stands. That's number one. I got a 4-way to take the wheels off. I have a 17, a 14, and a 10 socket and wrench. And I also have an impact plus a ratchet. Impact's obviously going to make it a lot easier. So we're going to finish getting the stuff prepped and we'll start going over the steps with you. Alright guys, so step one is you need to take out the trunk liner. It's just a bunch of these little, the little clips. They're everywhere. The only piece you don't need to take out is the piece with the light, but you will need to remove the clips. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting all of these things out, and when we get back, I'll be showing you how to start loosening your suspension before you jack your car up. All right, so after about 5 pain in the butt minutes with a tiny screwdriver and a bunch of little clips, we got all of the interior of this trunk out. I just wanted to give you guys quick notes that there are hidden clips behind this. You just pull it out and pop that one, and then there's one on the top over here. All right, so the next step is we're gonna take this sheet off, which is gonna take 3 10mm bolts, one over here, one right here, one right here, actually 4, I'm sorry, and one right there. So after that, if I find any more, I'll let you guys know. Alright guys, I did find one more. Sorry about that. So that's a total of 5 bolts. And it should just slide right out, giving you access to the strut back there. Alright guys, so the next step while you're in the trunk, we're going to go ahead and get to both sides of the top hats, and we're going to just loosen up each one of these nuts. Just a fuzz. That's going to take a 14mm wrench. So just start them, and then we're gonna get to the front and get that one ready. All right guys, so we got the top hats all loosened up in the back. So now we gotta go to the front where we have to loosen up 3 bolts on each side, size 14. You got 1, 2, and then the third one in the back. They're kind of a pain, but using a wrench, you should be able to loosen up each and every one of them. So I'm gonna get all those loosened up, and then we'll start jacking up the car. Awesome. So with all the suspension bolts loose, now we're gonna go start jacking the car up. So what I'd recommend doing is loosening up all of the lug nuts. If you're only doing half the car at a time, only loosen up the parts that you're jacking up. But seeing how we're doing all of them, we're gonna lift all the car up at once. So we'll get everything loose now, and then I'll show you guys where to jack it up from. All right. Alright, so the way that the Miata is, you're not able to get a jack far enough underneath the motor to get underneath unless you got like a super long jack. So I'm going to jack up this corner, then the far corner, and then hopefully I'll be able to find a spot in the back that we can jack the whole car up. So then we'll be in the air and moving on to the next step. Alright, so now all 4 corners are off the ground. We're gonna start taking all the wheels off. I don't know if I said, but remember just to loosen them up before you take the weight off them. It makes it a hell of a lot easier. So we got the weight off the wheels. All the suspension started to be loosened. So let's get these wheels off, and I'll come back with the steps on taking the struts out. All right, so we're gonna do the driver's side rear first. It's pretty simple. The bolts up top are loosened. We just gotta come down here and loosen this one. I pre-loosened it with the wrench, and we're gonna use the impact on the rest of it. Probably gonna take a little bit of fighting to get it out, but we'll get it. Bam, there we go. And then we just gotta take out the top 2, and after that I'll show you how to pull it out. All right, so with the top bolt out, now it's just about wiggling it in a little. And it should just kind of caught on this. There you go, she's loose. There we go. So that one's removed. And we're gonna go to the right side and start that one. It should be pretty much the same process. If it is, I'm not gonna film it. But if we see anything special to that side, I'll let you know. So here we are on the front driver's side. There's just a couple bolts you have to loosen up down here before you take the top hat off. It's pretty easy though. It's 117 here, 117 right on the opposite side, and then you have the 17 on the bottom of it, just like the rear. So we're gonna go ahead and get that off. Get the 3 that I showed you earlier loosened up all the way on the top, and I'll show you how to fight it out. Just a quick tip while you're taking it all out, you want to be really careful about this wire. This is your ABS and TPMS sensor wire. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off with, it's looking like maybe a 14 or a 12. So we're going to get that off. So it's going to be a 12. So we're going to get that off. That way it just gives this little wire a little bit of slack, because you do not want to mess that up. All right, I'll get back with you on the other side. Okay guys, so we're loosening up the last nut up here on the top hat. Just got that out. Remember there was the 3. I put those there for safekeeping. So we're gonna come down here and we're gonna wiggle this out. It should just fall down. A little bit of persuasion. All right. And you can see why now we loosened up the control arm, because it gave us plenty of room to get it out. All right, we're gonna do the other side. If there's anything side specific to that side, I'll let you guys know. So with coilovers, I decided to go with the D2 high performance suspension. I haven't opened up the box yet. I just cut the tape, so let's see how these bad boys look. So that's a rear. We got the front. Another rear. And another front. And also in here you have some other little tools, which I have no idea what they are, so we'll have to mess with that and read the owner's manual. I'm not going to go into great detail talking about setting it up, just because getting into adjusting suspension is very, very tedious. So I'm going to go ahead and start bolting everything back onto the car, which it's pretty much just the exact opposite of everything you guys did. If I see any new things, I'll let you know. But we'll get back with you when all the suspension and the wheels are back on, and we'll drop it down on video. All right, so quick tip. We screwed up and are having to pull off half the suspension. There's very thin plastic on top of these top hats on the factory. You need to transfer those from this onto the new ones, because it will cause a sound if you don't, like metal scraping. This is just kind of a little sound barrier. They're going to be on all 4 of your factory ones. Do not forget that, because now we have to unbolt both rears. But all right, we'll get back with you in the front. Well guys, as you can see, we got it off the jack stands. She's pretty much about as low as I want her to go. Just a quick tip: if you don't have the best, tiniest jack in the world, we lowered it on some weights on the bottom. That made it a little bit easier. Another tip is you want to adjust the suspension, or I'm sorry, tighten up the top of the suspension after you put the weight on the car. It just makes it a lot easier. Let me get a back shot. So we might have to lift it up a little bit. You know, that's something that kind of comes with the coilovers, but as of right now, I think we're pretty much good. You know, just remember to check everything, tighten it all back up. Definitely read the instructions on the coilover setup. You do not want to put those on wrong. It could damage them, could damage your car, could damage you. This has been random footage from Ron, and I look forward to making more videos.